Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Since yesterday's update, we haven't had too many changes. I mentioned to you that it's possible that we had in this support area, which Ethereum, to be honest, is holding really well in contrast, for example, to Bitcoin, that here we could still get a bullish outcome in a wave 3. Now, again, a lot of people seem to misunderstand this. This is an area where it's getting increasingly risky to be on the long side, to be positioned on the long side. This is a possible outcome, but bear in mind that we have rallied since the December lows when we first talked about a rally into the 19K area for Bitcoin, and I think we talked about 14 to 1500 for ETH as a sort of a very positive outcome, and we've even broken that. But since then, we have rallied like 37% roundabout to the peak 45. So you do start to see now a lot of coins getting exhausted. They can still push up a little bit more, but I'm just telling you that the risk is increasing. So I'm not suggesting to you to be positioned here on the long side. That's entirely up to you. In fact, I think anybody who doesn't have any position should think about getting one. But if you already had one and you made a lot of profits, you might think about taking some. Again, a lot of people don't understand that making, and it's a bit of my theme in the last few days, a lot of people don't understand that what kind of trading decisions you make depends on the trading decisions you have made in the past, which is why you can't really give anybody any advice anyway without knowing that person's trading history, portfolio, and so on. For some people it might be worth taking profits of ETH if they bought in around $1,000, $1,200, wherever. These were all accumulation points we discussed in these videos. And others who missed that and who don't have any positions, they might want to get some, in this accumulation or in this consolidation phase. I mean, in doubt, zoom out, And if you have a long-term view, I mean, we are still very, very early, and surely this could now drop again another 30%, 40%. This is now all on the table. Nobody knows. We don't have a crystal ball. We can only identify risk in our portfolio and how to reduce it. Focus on risk management. I think that's the key point, and really what I try to hammer into people. It's not about, is it going up or down, blah, blah. No, that's sort of amateur thinking. We want to make the right decisions. And because everybody thinks like that, in very simple ways, a lot of people lose in trading. It is what it is. But enough of that. Let's talk about the wave count. Also here we are doing, because we're currently in the range, we're currently looking at the micro counts. Micro counts are, just by what they are less reliable. Now we have here a descending channel. This channel can break at some point. So can the wave count. It's no different. But what we can identify is that this channel is moving into something that you could call a descending wedge, which is interesting because that would suggest a breakout at some point here to the upside. Maybe even today, maybe tomorrow. Is it guaranteed to happen? No. That's what I mean. Look at the wider structure and understand that more and more people are selling here into the rally. You even had a bit of a head and shoulders pattern here, which hasn't broken though. But you see people selling into these rallies, and a lot of people take profits already, but buyers still come in, which is when the market tries to do so many things at once and why you get this channel structure. Now, this is now getting interesting because in this descending wedge, we could possibly say that a 3-wave move down is complete. We discussed that in yesterday's video, ABC. How do we know it's finished? How do we know this wave 2 is finished? Well, the very first thing that you always look for is you want to see a break. About, and anybody who asks, why is wave 4 overlapping with 1? Well, you can label it as a diagonal. It's not ideal, but you can do it. The wave C. Now, the very first thing that you always want to see to understand that possibly a move down is finished in this case would be if the price breaks above the previous wave 4 high of the C, which would be here at around 1659. So that would be an important level to move above. And then we could say, okay, we have a first signal that the trend is breaking. Currently, price action would suggest at the moment that there is a good chance to break to the upside because we have a descending wedge. And we currently see some green candles also here on the lower time frame, a small engulfing green candle. But again, that is what we currently see. It hasn't broken out yet, and it could very well get rejected and move a little bit longer in this channel in which it is constrained. This is one possibility. Based on this, it's certainly possible the move down is finished. We have enough waves to the downside. If it goes up now, we count it like that. And then the wave 2 was finished, and we can calculate targets for the third wave. That's typically how it works. Now, another way of counting it, which would allow for more downside, which is also possible, which, the Elliott Waves help us to recognize further downside as possible in wave 2 as well, is that we count the move that I have labeled as ABC as a W and X. And then this was an A wave down, only in 3 waves. So I would count this as a 3-wave move, would disregard the last low there. So basically W, X, and this is a Y wave, which is still in the making. And in the Y wave, we have an A wave. This is a B wave triangle. A, B, C, D, E would be the B wave. And then we could get one more leg down in C. Problem is, if we see that, I think Bitcoin is losing completely its support. Yeah. So that's why this is not my primary. But it's possible. Yeah. If we see continued sideways action, we bounce off that top, move sideways, it might have been that triangle here. But interestingly enough, if this is the case, then what I have labeled here as a wave 4 top would be the A wave of the triangle, and a break above the A wave of the triangle would suggest upside, which is basically, therefore, it doesn't really make any difference if we have this as a triangle or if we have the count that I mentioned to you, because the confirmation that the C wave is finished would be obtained if we break above the wave 4 high or the A wave high in the other count. Yeah? So 1659 is quite important. If I tell you confirmation, does it mean certainty? No, of course not, but it means probability. Yeah, 0 certainty. We're all swimming here in the sea of probability in these markets, and that's another lesson to understand. Yeah, 0 certainty, 100% probability in these markets, and anybody who doesn't understand it might want to go somewhere else, because the crypto market or financial markets in generally will probably frustrate you. They will frustrate you, and it is not, and it just has to do with, protecting your mental health, right? So it's gonna be good for you to just not be in the crypto market or any financial markets. And the crypto market is even more difficult because it's so volatile. But yeah, that is where we are with Ethereum. So a bit of meaningless sideways action here over the last couple of days. Let's see if we see a little bit more excitement today. In a week, we've got CPI data, still another week away. So let's see. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.